If you're new here, stay tuned for more creepypastas. The signal by Dread_Necht. It started with a phone call. The old rotary phone on my desk clicked twice, then connected with a heavy thud. I didn't answer. Who would be calling at this hour? But the line was already dead by the time I picked up. The caller ID read unknown private. I didn't recognize the number, but it was local. A prickle of unease ran down my spine. The last time my phone rang like this, my grandfather had suffered a heart attack. I dialed the number back. It went straight to voicemail. Hello, you have reached the residence of. The recording was cut short by a buzzing sound like a power line. I hung up and waited for my curiosity to pass. But an hour later, the phone rang again. Same click, same thud. My fingers hovered over the receiver. Curiosity was one thing, but fear was another. What if it was important? What if it was about my grandfather? I took a deep breath and answered. Hello. Static met my greeting. Then a voice cut through, raspy and low, like gravel grinding on bone. Your grandfather died a horrible death. My blood ran cold. How did this person know about my grandfather? Did they kill him? Had they been watching me? Fear gave way to anger. Who was this? I demanded. Only silence for a response. I slammed the phone down, my hand shaking so hard that my pen fell from my grasp. Another hour passed and the phone rang again. I let it go to voicemail, but this time the message was different. A man's voice, panicked and desperate, cut through the buzzing static. Please, please help me. They took everything from me. Please, you must warn them. Tell them to be careful what they wish for, because it will come true. Please, please, please. The transmission ended abruptly. My hand trembled as I dialed the number back. It went straight to voicemail. When I finally reached a human on the other end, my voice was shaking. Hello, yes, this is the station manager. You got a call here from someone. I want to know who it is. The woman on the other end was professional, courteous, but her tone was flat. There was no emotion behind her words. I'm sorry, sir, but we do not release such information. Goodbye. She hung up before I could say a word. I stared at the phone, its black maw gaping like a tomb. I wanted to call back, but my arm was leaden, rooted to the table. Then I had an idea. I dialed the operator and asked for the last number to call my house. The operator gave me a series of numbers. They were local. I memorized them and hung up. Then I punched the numbers into the phone. It was the same number, the one that had called me. Why would my own phone number show up on my phone when I dialed a local number? I knew then that something was terribly wrong. I just didn't know how wrong. Later that day, I found the answer. It was after dark when I arrived at the house. Rain lashed against the windows, blurring the streetlights into halos. Inside, the phone lay on the table, the receiver dangling limply from its hook. I felt exposed, vulnerable, as if every eye in town was on me, watching. But I was more afraid of what I might find than of what I might face. I searched the house room by room, finding nothing but echoes and memories. In the living room, the curtains were drawn tight, shutting out the rain, but I could still hear its insistent drumming. As I peered into the darkness, something caught my eye. It was the television, which hadn't been plugged in since my grandfather's passing. But now the set was on. The static hiss crackled in the silence. Then the screen flickered and resolved into a picture. It was a live broadcast of the local news. A woman with a forced smile reported on a string of bizarre deaths that had shaken the small town. Each victim had been found dead in their home, no signs of foul play, no witnesses, just a single black rotary phone on their table. The newscaster paused, then added with a shiver, and all of them had one thing in common. The last person to call each of them was an unknown private caller. Police are baffled and residents are frightened. The screen flashed images of the crime scenes, each one eerily familiar. My phone, the same model as the one in my hand, was prominent in several of the shots. The newscaster continued, "Police are urging anyone with information to contact the station. If you know anything, please come forward." She flashed the number for the tip line, then turned back to the camera. "For the sake of our town, for the sake of our peace of mind, we urge the perpetrator or perpetrators to come forward." Then the transmission ended. Static hissed in its place. The TV remained on, but the image was gone. I wasn't sure if I should be relieved or terrified. Relieved because the killer or killers might come forward, terrified because they might. Then I heard the click. It was the phone. The receiver was falling. I whirled around to see the phone on the table slowly lift itself up. The dial spun wildly, connecting to an unknown private line. Then the voice came. It was my grandfather's. It sounded strained, distant, as if speaking from the bottom of a well. "Do not answer," he rasped. "Don't answer. Whatever you do, don't answer." Then the line went dead. All I could hear was the insistent drumming of the rain. I debated with myself. Should I answer? Would answering bring my grandfather back? Was that what he wanted? I looked at the phone, then at the television. The image was coming back. The newscaster was leaning close to the camera. Her eyes were wide, her voice hushed. "Is whoever is responsible still watching? Is this meant to scare me?" Then she did something that sent a chill down my spine. She picked up the phone and dialed the number on the screen. I watched, transfixed, as the phone lit up with activity. After what seemed like an eternity, the newscaster spoke into the receiver. "Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Whoever you are, why are you doing this? Stop it. I'm warning you, stop it." Then the screen went dark. Static hissed in its place. When the image returned, the newscaster was gone. In her place was a man I recognized instantly. It was the sheriff. His face was grim. "We have reason to believe that the suspect or suspects are still at large and watching us. We urge them to give themselves up. To that end, we have set up a task force to investigate these deaths. Anyone with information is urged to come forward." Then the connection broke. The screen went dark again. When it returned, there was no one there. Only the unsettling glow of the television set illuminated the room. The phone was ringing. I looked at it, then at the television, torn between two fears. When the phone stopped ringing, I picked up the receiver. My hand trembled as I brought it to my ear. "Hello, that was the last transmission dread_necked. If you want to submit a creepypasta, you can use the link in the description. But please make sure to read the guidelines first. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters who help keep this channel running. Your support helps us continue to grow and improve our videos. And as always, thanks for watching Creepypasta's channel."